The winning strategy in this circumstance would literally to go, Benjamin Netanyahu seemingly is more popular in the American Republican Party than he is in the international community, where he is a war criminal. Bro, I'm so fucking annoyed with my TikTok. My TikTok is busted. It's broken. I don't know what to do about it. It only serves me photos now. And I don't know how to fix it. It only serves me photos, and it's like incredibly irrelevant photos. It's like photo sequences. And I don't know how to fix it. I keep saying, I don't want this. I don't want this. Like, I keep literally either trying to scroll fast, or
dissolve the
or basically skip it. And not only that, but also I posted photos because I was like, maybe these motherfuckers are just like straight up. Maybe these guys are just straight up blasting photos on everyone's timeline. I posted a photo 3 hours ago, like photo thing. And let me tell you, it is not being blasted on people's timeline. Okay. That's 140 likes. I did the slideshow meta because I thought I'd be sneaky. I was like, oh, I do a slideshow meta. 140 likes, bro. 25 comments. It's crazy. 3 hours ago. Normally when I post, like, I mean, it might be because I had a community guidelines violation, because I lit myself on fire. It might be this when I lit myself on fire. Or it might be because I was talking about how the Democrats assassinated Joe Biden by giving him COVID. But then, like, TikTok is just literally in my asshole right now. That's crazy. That's disrespect. No, slideshow doesn't get pushed that much. No, slideshows get pushed way more, I think. It's my entire For You page is slideshows on the phone. On the desktop, it won't be slideshows because, like, desktop doesn't show slideshows. But on my phone, everything is slideshows. And before you say, oh, dude, you should reset your FYP, I did that. I reset my FYP. Also, your Staviet was taken down by YouTube. Wait, I did reset my FYP. And then it was all slideshows and just Trump supporters talking about how Joe Biden has been cloned and Kamala Harris is stupid. It's not even a joke. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on right now. Anyway, whatever. It's Friday. Let's get to the news. Let's blast off. Let's do the dang thing. You already know what it is. Let's get started. Let's get it popping. Okay. Hogwatch time. JD Vance is insanely unpopular, but did he fuck a couch or a dolphin? We dive in. Kamala on Israel. Does she go left enough? What else? Oh, Paris Olympics drama. JD to Deep Vance. Bashir cryptically tweeting like he got that VP pick. I hope. That'd be so sick. Yeah, we're gonna do the JD Vance a lot today because he's unimaginably Rizless. And I fucking told you this shit, dude. I told you he was so shit. He was bad. He was so shit, but he's real. He's real fucking bad, dude. It's awesome. Anyway, do we have a blast off meme or what? That's a great blast off meme. I'm gonna use the Jesus one and be sacrilegious. Does she go left enough? Does she go left enough? Paris Olympics drama. Chapo son arrested and more. DreamCon in Austin tomorrow for Creator League Supreme. Prayers to the Chapo Trap House family. Wait, what happened? Oh my God, because you said the Chapo son. El Mayo and Chapo son. El Mayo is more dangerous and worth 10 billion, by the way. I know. Okay, you know what? I'm going to put El Mayo in the fucking tweet as well. God damn you. Actually, I'm not because I don't have enough space left. All right. Boom. It's true. JD stands for Jorkin the penis. Yeah, Jorkin the penis inside of a couch. El mayonnaise. Here, we're blasting off. Boys, girls, ambies, let's go. Let's freaking go, baby. Let's freaking go, baby. All right, here it is. I bet Republicans are regretting that abortion stance, having to take JD to term and not being able to abort. Ooh, that's a funny meme. That's a good line. I like that. Yeah. I was halfway done with the Chapo app. Yeah, I mean, the Stavi app, and now it's gone. Bro, just because we fucked, like YouTube should allow us to fuck. When are you gonna see a Turkish man and a Greek god have sex like that on camera. It was for educational purposes. It was honestly, it was for educational purposes. It was for geopolitical purposes. We were uniting the two nations as we united our penis tips with one another. Docking is fairly easy when, like, obviously Stavi baby is not circed up and he's got that Greek Orthodox shit. You know what I mean? I'm circed up as a Muslim boy, but he's not. I wonder why. It probably got fucking mass reported. That's so lame. I'm gonna text him right now and see what's up. You know what? I'm gonna call him right now. Actually, fuck it. Let's see if he picks up. Wait, which phone number is it? I don't know which one the new one is. Wait, hold on. Freaking famous people, bro. They get new numbers every week. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I think it's this one. All right, let me call this motherfucker, see what's up. Call Eldis? I don't have Eldis's number. Eldis is a handsome lad. Hello. Live right now and people can hear you. Just so don't say anything crazy. Okay.
Oh, I shouldn't say the slurs you were texting earlier?
Like, I was texting you the slurs to not say them. I was like, hey, these are your favorite slurs. Please don't say them. So.
No, they were your favorites.
Are you aware that the latest video that you and I did for Stavi's World has been removed for violating YouTube's policy on nudity or sexual content?
Yes. I'm trying to figure out what happened.
Bro.
It's insane.
It's homophobic. The fact that I think it was I think it was educational. I think it was educational when, like, you whipped out your cock, I whipped out mine. Obviously you're not circed up, I'm circed up, and we embraced our tips. That was educational.
The look in your eyes.
But I said no homo afterwards.
The belonging you had.
I said no.
But you can't lie. Those pupils, doesn't matter what the mouth says, the eyes were telling the real truth.
Yeah, I know. I mean, dude, it's like YouTube doesn't want the Greeks and the Turks to align like this. That's what it is.
Dude,
what the
they
fuck?
really don't.
So you have no idea what happened?
So fucked up. No idea. Sorry, I'm having a little snack.
Okay.
I have no idea what happened. And they sent us like a timestamp, and it's like such an innocuous joke about jacking off, where it's like, my theory is that a lot of people, it's that they're mad that the Turks and Greeks are coming together. And then, you know, dude, a lot of people are just jealous of you because you're a champagne socialist, because you have a house that costs too much money.
Yeah.
And that's frankly part of the reason I even had you on. I was trying to draw negative attention towards you. I just didn't think it was going to affect my channel.
Yeah.
I was hoping it would hurt you.
Kind of, that is wild. So I think you probably got mass reported, but that's crazy that YouTube fucking did that.
I really can't believe it. And who knows? We hit up a guy that we know, but you know, YouTube these days, we don't even know who the fuck to talk to.
Yeah, I mean, I'll text my.
YouTube was cool.
I'll try to see if there's any. I'll talk to my account manager too to see if I can help out. I thought you would have, bro. You're plugged in with the fucking Baltimore Ravens. Like, what the fuck? You're on like a Netflix show. I really thought that you would have more riz with YouTube. What the fuck?
I have no pull, dude.
That's insane.
I'm not strapped on the internet.
That is
to keep me there.
That's like, wild.
That's what you get for trying to get on TV.
Yeah.
I'll show you, little piggy.
Yeah. Okay. You stay where you belong on the internet. Okay. Don't try to advance your stature. Anyway. All right. Well, I'll let you know if I get any feedback. Okay. All right.
Let me see. Let's see what kind of pull the Turkish syndicate has, man.
Yeah. No, I'm getting Erdogan. I'm getting Erdogan on the line. He's gonna fix it.
Dude, every Greek is sipping coffee on a beach from like May 1st to October 15th. There's no way I can get anything done. So fucking to really pull it for us, dude.
Yeah, no, I got you. All right. Peace, brother.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you.
Bye. That's crazy. That was Stavros Halkias, for those of you who don't know. And I can't believe that YouTube did that. That's so wild. Anyway, but we'll get back up. We'll get it back up. The YouTube rabbit hole of non-sexual content getting blasted for sexual content has been insane the last few months. Is so broken. Unlikely it was mass reported. Yeah, I don't know what it is. But it's crazy because, like, there's butthole. Like, there's straight asshole on YouTube, man. You know what I mean? There is straight butthole on YouTube. Are we for real right now? Are we going to be, like, you know? This isn't actually Ben Shapiro. I don't like singling out specific individuals for mockery on Twitter, as it seems mean and unnecessary, but since that's how Ben Shapiro is spending his Valentine's Day, here's Ben Shapiro in law school. The future of Western is in the indeed best hands. No, this person is not actually Ben Shapiro. Anyway, not even age restricted at least. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, we got leaked JD Vance audios that we're gonna be talking about. Obviously, there's a lot to talk about with respect to our boy Jebediah John Don Vance. Okay, he is all over. He's on the map, boys. He's on the fucking map. He's all over the place. He's got hella weird shit going on with him. I don't know what the fuck to say. I mean, I'm very excited about that. What is this? Did you see that Marcus Barron Lee was visited by some FBI agents? What? That's crazy. What the fuck has he done that would like, demand a visit from FBI? It was over a phone, the Escobar phone incident. What phone? It was about a Pablo Escobar phone he reviewed, nothing to do with him. Dude, the FBI needs to fucking actually do their goddamn job. And I'm not sure as to what their job is, but I'm pretty sure it's not like investigating fucking YouTubers. Okay? Like, what are you guys doing, man? Or if you're going to investigate YouTubers, like investigate white supremacist YouTubers. The fuck? My FBI declassified story? We'll do that. There's like hella kick streamers out there running pedophilia, child pornography rings and shit. And the FBI's like, I'm sorry, you're a tech YouTuber? You're a tech YouTuber? It's time. Or maybe you're a political commentator, Twitch streamer, you know? They're going to do Linus next. Yeah. By the way, shouts out the Majority Report for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. A Majority Report. It was Friday casual. Hope you guys had a good one. And what else was I going to say? All right, let's get into it. Let's get into the motherfucking news. Before I do that, actually, hold on. This is pretty funny. For those of you who missed it, last night I had a sequence of friends send me videos wishing me a happy birthday, including FaZe Banks, Brother Banks, a longtime friend of the show, longtime friend of mine, you know, a goated man who actually allowed me to phase the freak up harder than I ever have before. Warning R word. Yes, he's going to say the R word. Hold on. It's pretty funny, though.
I just got my wisdom teeth taken out, so apologies if I
Face
look
up.
and sound retarded. Can't say that because you're Hasan. Sorry, bleep that out.
He said, can't say that. You're Hasan. Sorry. Please bleep that out. He's fucking hilarious. That's hilarious.
32 years old, 91 baby, just like me. We're getting old, brother. We're getting old.
No, that's 33. 91 is 33. Bro, we're the same age, dog.
Off Twitch and start pumping seeds into women. We need babies out of you, Hasan. We need the next generation. Just kidding. Happy birthday, brother.
It's a bag that says Balenciaga, and someone wrote "not" on it. Hwood Group to Hasan from Banks. And there's a note in it. Hold up. Bro, this better be my face chain, dude. I'm phasing the fuck up after this. Happy... Bruh, he repurposed an Hwood Group card. Happy B-Day. Thank you for your love and support, Banks. And the FaZe family. It's the thought that matters. I'm so fucking phased up. Hey, W Recycling. W Banks Recycling. And it is, from what I understand, that back there, a Rick Owens. A Rick Owens American flag. W gift. W in the chat. W
What
gifter.
the fuck?
What? W gifter Banks. Is a Rick Owens American flag by @GrimeyKids, which is fire. I suspect he was like, you like America, politics and such. One nation under Rick. Bro, there's more shit in here. Hold up. I'm so phased up right now. Nissan G Fuel Energy Formula FaZe Clan Big League Pillow. This is a rare item. Bro, what does this go for on eBay? Banks was sleeping in this pillow. He was using this pillow to sleep in. What the fuck? There's still more. What is this? 100 Thieves FaZe Clan and what is the other one? Is it like Optic or something? 100 Thieves FaZe Clan and Optic shirt with the original FaZe Clan tag inside. Does this mean I'm an honorary member of all three? Is that how that works? He was cleaning his garage, man. W FaZe. How dare you say that? How dare you say that?
Happy 30.
I'm officially a part of FaZe, dude. I'm officially phased the fuck up. Straight up. Someone said, don't promote this socialist. He texted you and explicitly said you're not. No, shut up. He didn't say that. He was just kidding. When he texted me and said, come on, bro, you're not in FaZe. You're too old for FaZe. He was just kidding. He was like, because like he's the same age as me. You know what I mean? So like he was just making a joke. He said you're part owner. Yeah, he's like, you're not a part of FaZe Clan. You are phased. Like, you're a part owner now. That's what he said. And he's right. So you are phased. Please let all the gamer frogs following Face Clan become socialists. Yeah, okay, that's not going to happen anytime soon, big dog. Not going to lie. Okay, I don't have pull like that. I don't have aura like that. I don't have Riz like that. I wish, but I don't. So let's get to it. We got some interesting news, some good news, some bad news. We got all the news that's fit to print. Barack and Michelle Obama endorsed Kamala Harris as the Democratic nominee. Don't know why it took them this long. Kind of weird. They're going with the perfect campaigning line. That's not real. JD Vance is a creep who wants to ban abortion nationwide. JD Vance is weird. Voters know it. Vance is the most unpopular VP pick in decades. This week. Wait, okay, that's actually kind of dope. Are they actually, is that real or is that fake? I hope it's real. Dude, now I suspect there are motherfuckers who are listening. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm crazy, but I do feel like on the messaging front, there's a lot of stuff that these guys are saying that I've been saying for some time. Hopefully they'll be able to listen to some of the other things in terms of the immigration policy and changing at least the messaging on both the immigration policy for the Sun Belt, at least for Arizona, New Mexico, younger voters, Hispanic voters, and also on Gaza. Staffers, if you're in here, okay? Analysts, if you're in here, push here, a little push there. Remember, Americans don't care about foreign policy. They don't. They're also very susceptible to changing their perceptions on certain issues as long as there is like enough campaigning on that front, enough messaging on that front. On immigration, Joe Biden performed better in 2020 when he was objectively anti-Trump immigration. He performs significantly worse now in 2024 before he dropped out on immigration because he went right wing on the issue. These are good things to think about. Okay. Remember, Donald Trump versus Joe Biden matchup in 2020 on immigration. Joe Biden was still trailing behind Donald Trump, but much closer to Donald Trump on immigration than he was by 2024. So please. Also, don't lean into the memes. The messaging on JD Vance being weird is good. Okay, that's good messaging. It's good because it basically cuts away at like the serious danger that they present, because Republicans love presenting themselves as a serious danger. Saying he's weird is good because he is weird. He's gross. He's icky. He gives people the ick. Keep calling him a weirdo. That's fine. Okay. Now give us Republicans some advice. Y'all are cooked, okay? Immediately institute socialism. Just advocate for socialism. Y'all are cooked anyway. I do actually unironically give Republicans advice as well on here when I'm criticizing them. And then chatters will be like, why are you giving the Republican Party advice? They watch you. And it's like, I don't think they do. And even if they do, I don't think they fucking can stop themselves. Yeah. Don't lean into the Brad and Coconut memes. Let that shit happen organically. Don't do it. Don't hyper focus on celebrity endorsements. Nobody cares. Do the regular job. Do your job. You're a political campaign. You are not selling albums, okay? You're a fucking political campaign. Get some goddamn door knockers on board. Get some real momentum. This is no longer the 2016 campaign. This is no longer the 2020 campaign. This is the 2008 election, okay? Obviously, the dynamic is very different. There isn't like a tremendous amount of hatred for the Republican Party due to the fact that for 8 years there was like a shit ton of war on terror nonsense, plus the economic downturn, the collapse of the global economy. That kind of stuff doesn't exist here, and it's not like a two-term Republican that fucked everything up. Having said that, however, in terms of Kamala Harris's qualities, she's younger, dynamic, and significantly younger as a consequence of who she replaced, Joe Biden. She also reads young. That's a big benefit. Despite being 59, she looks like she's 40. She's hot. You know what I mean? Like, these things matter. People like that shit. Okay? People like that shit. That's important. Like, guys, come on. Aesthetics are very important for a political campaign. Okay, they matter a lot. People make this on boundaries 100%. So, like I was saying, the demographics that you can captivate from here on out are going to be Obama-based demographics. Go for the youth vote, but you have to change course on some of this stuff, okay? Anyway, but let's get to Obama's anyway.
Race for the White House. Vice President Kamala Harris picking up a big endorsement from former President Barack Obama and Michelle Obama as she goes on a campaign blitz. 4 states in just 4 days. Our senior White House correspondent, Selena Wang, is tracking the latest.
If you call her Blasian, I'm reporting you. Why would I would never say that. Like, now you put that into the minds of at least 30,000 people. You did that. Are you happy?
Good morning, Selena.
Good morning, Rebecca. Vice President Kamala Harris is racing to rally support across the country. With the election now just 100 days away, she is aggressively going after Donald Trump and hitting that campaign trail. Hi.
Hey there.
This morning.
I don't understand the change in narrative on Gaza advice. Are we asking her to bluff voters with sweet talking while still sending the votes? I think, I mean, I'm of two different here. In terms of like what she needs to do in order for me to be committed or for me to be excited about her prospects, she does need to change course on Gaza. I don't know how much she can do when Joe Biden is the president and you can't deviate away from this like arrogant, entitled man who probably thinks like the world owes him whatever the fuck he wants and is one of the most arrogant, entitled Zionists out there. Okay. The only thing she can do as Joe Biden's vice president while simultaneously running for president is basically messaging. On that front, she needs to deviate and maybe even try to make sure that Joe Biden doesn't fuck up the bag too much. Okay? Any chance of Felix coming on today to talk about the JD Vance Freak Show? Why would I invite Felix to come back on after he was on Wednesday? That's crazy. Bro, Biden's stance on Gaza is not an outlier. Get real. Wait, what? I love that you are hitting both angles here. Like, are you actually riding with Democrats now? Does endorsing genocide matter? Bro, Biden's stance on Gaza is not an outlier. Get real. Biden's stance on Gaza is demonstrably unpopular. You are delusional. If we're talking about the voter base, Biden is literally less popular than Trump on Gaza. One of the many benefits of not being president while Gaza is happening. But still, what are you saying right now? The notion that, like, if you were to say people don't have Gaza as their top of mind issue, you would be correct. And I'm not making that argument at all. Okay? I am not making that argument at all. But Biden is an outlier on Gaza. Biden's dick riding on Gaza is literally an outlier in the Democratic Party, and it's certainly an outlier in the broader electorate. It is not represented by most people. The notion that keeps saying like, oh yeah, there's going to be a 2-state, but also like it's Hamas. Hamas is responsible for everything. It's Hamas, blah, 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 blah. Like consistently behest of Israel is 100% at this stage, especially 9 months in, 10 months in, is an outlier. Okay. It's a stance for the military industrial complex. Sure. Maybe it's not an outlier in the DMV. Nova voters, okay? People that work at Lockheed Martin, Raytheon executives, they love that shit, okay? They're lining their goddamn pockets. They don't have an issue with that take. Obviously, like rabid ultra-Zionists in general, despite not voting for Biden, and they will never vote for Biden, they agree with Biden on this issue. They will never vote for Biden. If you're trying to Texas mega church voters, okay, then yeah, you're online. You're on board with their in bloodlust, right? But as far as the broader electorate goes, how many fucking polls do you need to see that shows that like Americans are fed up with the way things are going? Kamala is anti-Hamas, not pro-Israel or pro-Palestine. Is good. Wait, what? No, that's not. Dude, Hamas should not be a word that comes out of the mouths of any Democrats going forward from this point on. Okay? It's just not it is just totally bad optics. There is no reason to consistently talk like you are on the side of what Americans consider to be a terror group. Okay? Like, I'm not saying this as my own personal convictions, because Hamas and all matter of Palestinian resistance right now is on a defensive posture against a genocide, and therefore I do believe that they are on the right side, regardless of their domestic affairs, regardless of their overall worldview. They are currently engaging in an internationally lawful act in terms of defending these occupied territories from a belligerent occupier. That's not just my assessment of the situation. That is backed up by international law. Having said that, however, obviously, if you're running for the American presidency, you're not going to run around and be like, I love Hamas. Hamas is doing that. You're not going to say any of those things. But you shouldn't be talking about Hamas at all. Okay? You shouldn't, because it's a losing position. Don't associate Palestinian death and destruction with Hamas at all. One, because Israel is doing all of the death and destruction. It's not Hamas that's doing the death and destruction. And any invocation of Hamas, any time you mention Hamas, you're just coming at this situation from a losing position when it's objectively unpopular. What Israel's doing is objectively unpopular. There is a partisan battle that you can fight in American domestic politics in terms of unconditional loyalty and support to Israel. Just put a stink on the Republicans. Put the fucking stink directly on Republicans. Be like, I've told you the method, okay? I told you the winning strategy. And even my girl Nancy Pelosi is kind of hitting this. Okay? The winning strategy in this circumstance would literally to go, Benjamin Netanyahu seemingly is more popular in the American Republican Party than he is in the international community, where he is a war criminal with a warrant application out for his arrest. He is seemingly more popular in the American Republican Party than he is in Israel, in his own fucking Knesset. Like, there's only one group of people propping this motherfucker up, and it's the Republicans. Just say that. Okay? So that's it. And that's true. Benjamin Netanyahu is objectively more popular with American Republicans and politicians than he is in his own fucking country. Like, what are we doing here? Yeah, it's also obvious that he wants Trump to win. Okay? He wants Trump to win. So, like, any kind of mention as to like Bibi Netanyahu on like positive terms, or anything that like helps Benjamin Netanyahu look good and look like a decent foreign leader is just hurting you. Like, Benjamin Netanyahu literally went to Mar-a-Lago to suck his cock. Okay, come on now, are we for real? Be for fucking real, dude. He's wearing a total victory hat. He brought up total victory on the fucking congressional speech. Get out of here. Democrats cannot stand idly by and let this shit fly, dude, even on partisan grounds. Also, there's some good news on the Israel front. UK drops opposition to the International Criminal Court warrant for Netanyahu. I apologize to the labor. I apologize to Keir Starmer, more like Keir Stalin. I said a lot of disrespectful things about him. I didn't know what kind of game he was playing out there, okay? Things are kind of shifting in a decent direction. It is largely a consequence of the unimaginable amounts of pressure that has kept up since October 7, okay? So never forget, pressure from the public, pressure from international organs of justice. Things are shifting, okay? So I'm still holding out hope on Keir Starmer being, I don't think he's going to be like a fucking legendary leftist or anything, but.
Vice President Kamala Harris getting a major endorsement and revving up.
Why don't you put pressure on Hamas to end the war and surrender? I don't know, dog. Do you think I have a line? Do you think I can talk to Yahya Sinwar, number one? And number two, they have already brought up ceasefire negotiations 1,000,000 times over. This is such an idiotic question to ask, and it's not a serious question. It's like objectively unserious, considering that there have been 39 instances where Hamas has brought forward multiple different ceasefire proposals, and Israel's the one who's consistently saying no to that. Okay? At this point, the entire global community wants a ceasefire. Kamala Harris reiterated that position as well earlier. The current three-phase ceasefire negotiation, permanent ceasefire and permanent cessation of hostilities negotiation, is a carbon copy of the Hamas proposal that was delivered in February. So the reality is that one side is trying to get a ceasefire deal. The other side is saying, no, I want to keep fucking doing this war. Partially because there's a lot of appetite for death and destruction in Israel. Okay. There's broad majority support for that sort of thing. Benjamin Netanyahu also wants to continue the war because he doesn't want to go to jail. Because the moment that the war ends, the war cabinet goes away, new government comes in, Benjamin Netanyahu's position is like not as strong as it used to be. He most likely might not be able to put together a winning coalition. And if he doesn't have a governing coalition, then all of his legal issues come back to the forefront. Considering that he's an unimaginably unpopular singular being, despite the fact that Israelis kept voting for him over and over again for fucking 30 years at this point, you know, he has a personal ambition and personal motivation for continuing waging war and murdering as many Palestinian children as possible. So, yeah, a lot of commonalities with Donald Trump, by the way, which is another angle. It's just so stupid. So there you go. Hopefully that's understandable for you. Hopefully you understand where I'm coming from. The only thing voters agree on are a ceasefire. Actually putting pressure on stopping weapons for Israel is a different thing to the broader public. Sure. Let's continue.
Up her campaign.
We called to say Michelle and I couldn't be prouder to endorse you and to do everything we can to get you through this election and into the Oval Office.
The former president and first lady, Barack and Michelle Obama, throwing their seismic weight behind Harris as she finishes her first week as a presidential candidate, hitting 4 states in 4 days.
Bring it on.
They're late to the game, later than I am 15 minutes into the top of the hour when I serve you a 3-minute ad break. You know what I'm saying? Because at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. Sometimes I serve it 15 minutes in because I'm late to the fucking game, right? They couldn't even get an Obama FaceTime. Guess the signal from the yacht was that bad. Yeah. Yeah, here's a 3-minute ad break. Now, by the way, you can also get gifted a sub if you're lucky. If you're lucky, you can get gifted a sub and avoid seeing the ads that way. Here's a 3-minute ad break now.
Bring it on.
And sharpening her attacks on Trump as an enemy of the middle class.
Donald Trump and his extreme allies want to take our nation back to failed trickle-down economic policies, back to union busting, back to tax breaks for billionaires.
Tonight, Harris rallying one of the nation's largest teachers' unions in Houston, Texas.
We want to ban assault weapons, and they want to ban books.
We choose freedom.
The vice president
great.
dropping her first.
We want to ban assault weapons. They want to ban books. It's a good line. It's good. Smart. It's easy to comprehend. It's easy to understand. It's a good line.
Campaign ad featuring Beyonce's song Freedom.
The freedom not just to get by, but get ahead.
Harris says she's ready to debate.
I think also angling like, I've always been a fan of angling the sentiment on progressive economic policies, leftist economic populism, angling it on things that Americans respond positively to. Freedom is not necessarily a bad thing. I think that is a good thing as well, because what is freedom if you have no freedom to fucking change jobs because you're terrified that you're going to lose your health care? You know what I mean? A lot of misdirection and misinformation in terms of socialism has existed in American discourse for almost a century at this point, about like how it's a collectivism. Socialism is about collectivism. It's about everyone collectively being poor. And it's like, no, it's actually about individual freedoms. Any kind of socialization initiative is done at the behest of opening up more individual freedoms. And I do think that that is like a good way. That is definitely a good way to angle that as well. Bad line, assault weapons are awesome. I agree. Okay. As an assault weapons enjoyer myself, as an assault weapons enjoyer myself, I do consider them to be fun, but I also do think that they should absolutely be severely restricted. Okay. Severely.
Donald Trump.
I think the voters deserve to see the split screen that exists in this race on a debate stage. And so I'm ready. Let's go.
But Trump now backtracking on his pledge to face off on stage, his campaign saying it would be inappropriate to schedule things with Harris because Democrats very well could still change their minds. Harris quickly pitting Trump's words against him, asking what happened to any time, any place when the nominee was President Joe Biden. And this morning, previous comments from Trump.
Biden, not Biden, sorry. Fucking Donald Trump backing out of the debate is such cowardice. And it also, once again, shows that they are in panic mode. Okay? They are in complete panic mode. I'm telling you right now, it just, one, it makes them look weak because like, you could do that. You could do that in the Republican Party primaries because you were ripping, right? Like there was no one that was coming near you and presenting yourself in front of these people who might actually be able to show up and say that you were responsible for the electoral defeats in 2022 to the broader Republican primary voters probably would have made you look a little bad. I wanted Donald Trump to debate because he's pretty good at stuff like that normally. He's lost a little bit of his riz, I would say. But having said that, the fact that he was like, I'm down to do a debate, and then he was like, actually, just kidding, I don't want to do a debate with a new candidate, with a candidate like Kamala Harris, who you're talking shit about, saying she's dumb. Okay. What? Aw, why'd you ban that guy? That was impressive, the amount of swear words he put into one text. But yeah, I think that they are so like they're just in a state of such panic that like they don't know what to do. This isn't a strategic decision. This is a petty tantrum at losing their favorite punching bag. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if she's a DEI hire who's dumb as a rock, who only got to her position by like, you know, having sex with people in power, then you should make short work of her. Like, you can't be the god of discourse. You can't be the god of debates. You can't be this like charismatic, telegenic figure who's running away from debates. This isn't the fucking primaries where you're literally putting up fucking LeBron numbers over and over again. You're actually going up against a pretty fucking close opponent who is, you know, right out of the gates caught up to your performance thus far, caught up to your polling numbers pretty quickly. Kamala Harris has already pledged to sign the PRO Act, by the way. That's pretty good. That's why Mark Kelly, that bitch who literally neutered the PRO Act, like who defeated the PRO Act inside the Democratic caucus, came out and was like, oh, just kidding. I would sign the PRO Act, actually. Fucking piece of shit. A little too late for that, don't you think? Fuck you, Mark Kelly. I am not excited at the prospect of a Josh Shapiro or a Mark Kelly VP pick. I do not like it at all. I think it's absolutely awful. A lot of people are talking about how much they like him, and I don't appreciate it. I don't like it. It would be a bad idea. We'll talk about the Reid Hoffman stuff too. There's definitely donor pressure on Kamala Harris changing course on certain things, including taking out the FTC's Lena Khan. All right, let's continue.
Trump's vice presidential candidate J.D. Vance first reported by ABC calling for people without children to be taxed more.
We need to reward the things that we think are good and punish the things that we think are bad. So you talk about tax policy. Let's tax the things that are bad and not tax the things that are good. If you're making $100,000, $400,000 a year, and you've got 3 kids, you should pay a different, lower tax rate than if you're making the same amount of money and you don't have any kids. It's
boo, boring, too technocratic. You're boring. You got no riz. You fucking suck. So this is like, dude, this is such a holy gift from Donald Trump Jr. to the Democratic Party. Okay, he is so lib-coded. Like, what are you, Elizabeth Warren? What the fuck do you mean? Oh, we need to use our tax structure to incentivize people. Like, that's not what gets good play in the Republican Party, dumbass. Like, he's trying to advocate for parents in America without actually saying expanding child tax credits, because that will be associated with Biden. That will be associated with Kamala Harris, because that's what Kamala Harris is running on, an objectively popular economic populist agenda, okay? A leftist policy, okay? A progressive policy. I want to say leftist. So JD can't say that. So he's just like, oh, well, what we should do is like offer tax incentives to parents and make it so that we're taxing people who don't have children higher. And it's just like, no, it's boring. It's not easy to comprehend. it is like it's like an Elizabeth Warren style policy with a right-wing Elizabeth Warren ass approach to otherwise super easy to understand policy making from the Democrats for once.
It's that simple.
The comments resurfaced after a clip of Vance questioning the leadership abilities of people without kids was already getting blowback.
He's doing what you always say you'd be able to do in pretending to be a really good Republican politician, except he's really bad at it. Yeah, I mean, he is. They're bad. He's got no fucking riz. He is a charisma suck. He is deeply unpopular. He is deeply fucking unpopular in his own goddamn state. People that know him hate him. I told you that was the case, and here it is. There's actual data for it beyond my data points of the fact that Donald Trump chose a guy who was less popular in the state of Ohio, a deep red state already at this point, that gives him no benefit to the election at all. Okay, this like childless cat lady narrative paired up with the DEI shit is going to rip. Okay, it is already ripping. It is already ripping. As I talked to Ested yesterday, remember, like, black people in general, brown people in general, like, they know what DEI pick means, especially black people. They know what that means. Okay, they hear that every time. They're gonna be like, even if they were down to fucking vote for Donald Trump's charisma and Donald Trump's like macho image is not going to be good enough to overcome the steady flow of racist sentiment that they hear on a daily fucking basis being reiterated from those in positions of power that they could potentially vote for. Okay?
We're effectively run in this country via the Democrats, via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices that they've made. And so they want to make the rest of the country miserable.
This is so good. It's so awesome watching these fucking dipshits do podcasts, their talking points, and then like running for vice president, thinking that this gets good play for the broad majority of the public. Attacking step and adoptive parents is actually insane. Combine that with opposing IVF, and they're going to lose like even conservative leading people. These are some of the most personal decisions that people make. I know. It's so funny that Donald Trump literally recognizes how electoral poison that is, that he immediately was like, whoa, we're not banning IVF. What the fuck are you guys talking about? Whoa, what do you mean? No, we're not touching IVF. Get the fuck out of here. And then like the fucking Southern Congregation of Baptist churches got together and they were like, no, actually, we do want to ban IVF. What are you guys doing? And then he went and listened to his dumbass son, Don Jr., on who to pick for his VP and went with this fucking guy, a guy who has been incredibly much more restrictive than Donald Trump has been on abortion publicly, okay, with the way he communicates. And also a guy who is above and beyond further than that, constantly talking about like women should be having babies. They're fucking broodmares. Like, come on, what are we doing? They're baby incubators. They're baby incubators. They're baby incubators. If you don't have a baby as a woman, what the fuck are you doing? Americans don't like that shit. Okay? Even women that want to have children are going to be like, okay, bro, chill the fuck out. Like, what are you talking about? What do you got, a fucking breeding fetish? What the hell is this shit?
To. And it's just a basic fact. You look at Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg, AOC, the entire future of the Democrats is controlled by people without children.
Actress.
Now, when he turns around and apologizes for this, which he will, okay, and I believe he has already like tried to like re-message this point. If he apologizes for it, then he's fucking weak. He's already wishy-washy. He called Trump Hitler. Now he's Trump's VP and loves Trump. People already don't think that he's a genuine person. And now here's another major policy prescription that he had that he has to fucking go back on. If he doubles down, he looks like a complete psychopath. If he actually apologizes, he looks like a spineless little loser. So ultimately, he is fucked. And this is precisely one of the reasons as to why I said he was a weak ass candidate from the jump.
Jennifer Aniston sharing Vance's comments with her 44 million Instagram followers, writing, "I truly can't believe this is coming from a potential VP of the United States." And the former wife of Harris's husband, Doug Emhoff, coming to her defense, noting that Harris co-parents their 2 children. Kirsten Emhoff writing, "For over 10 years since Cole and Ella were teenagers, Kamala has been a co-parent with Doug and I. She is loving, nurturing, fiercely protective, and always present. I love our blended family and am grateful to..."
The Republicans failing is literally a symptom of no longer having Mitch McConnell around? No, it's a more It's a problem for the Republican Party. If you recall, I talked about this quite a bit leading up to the 2022 midterms and far beyond that. Republicans in the post Roe v. Wade world are now victims of their own success. Okay? This is a more holistic issue within the Republican Party. There is no way to message your way out of this in some respects. And Donald Trump might be one of the last people that at least like captivate certain aspects of the base before they completely have to change direction and maybe even suffer electoral defeats for like at least one generation before they get shape. Because either this country just, this total fascist, okay? And that could happen. This is what I've been saying since 2022. Either everyone becomes like the rabid Matt Walsh watchers that are just constantly thinking about like murdering trans people, assuming that there's a trans person in every fucking corner and they're all pedophiles or whatever, or they are just so grossed out by that in the suburbs that they basically are just like, I don't want this, man. Like, I don't know what to do here. Like, I just don't. This is gross. This is loser shit. The problem that they have is that conservative media like Fox News and now YouTube influencers are the base of the party, and it creates incentives to be the most right-wing in order to get more views and clicks. They can't ride the tiger anymore to appeal to normies. Yeah. They are collapsing under the weight of their own success. Exactly. That is like, they are very successful in enacting their right-wing agenda at the state level, which is not democratic. Because at the state level, they're using redistricting to enforce their will, okay? When they have no business having that much power at the state level. So they just utilize the state legislature to be like, we are focusing all of our efforts on, I don't know, this new bill that declares that in the state of Ohio, we are going to check your daughter to see if she has a pussy or a penis, okay? They're doing penis inspection day and shit. Nobody asked for that, okay? Nobody except for like, I don't know, Matt Walsh watchers that don't even fucking live in Ohio have asked for this. No one is like, oh, thank God, okay? Thank God that the inspection day happening. So when they keep doing that, they keep getting into this like this feverish, hysterical where they think like, oh, we are actually popular, right? We are actually very popular. See, we're enacting our agenda. So we are very popular. It's like, no, you're not, dumbass. You forgot that you have utilized the least democratic aspects of American governance to your advantage. You've utilized the court system and you've utilized state legislatures. You've completely sidestepped Congress. You are basically getting everything you want to get on these incredibly objectively unpopular or irrelevant policy agendas that are all hyper focused on culture war issues that appeal to like some of the weirdest, sweatiest fucking losers, that comes across as like genuinely off-putting, okay, to the broadest parts of the electorate, okay? You never want to be the I'm going to do children's genital inspection day party. You don't want to be that, okay? This isn't to say that like the broadest majority of Americans aren't like somewhat transphobic. They are, okay? It is obviously the normal position is that most people are just like, yeah, I don't really understand this trans shit. It's weird. It feels kind of gross to me. That is like what the average person's opinion is. And everyone knows this. All the trans people in this community know this. There's a reason why even trans people themselves oftentimes are very transphobic before they recognize that they are trans, okay? Because the reality of the matter is that gender, albeit a social construct, has been taught a certain way for generations to people. It's a very deeply personal aspect of our existence. And people think that, there's only two genders. That's it. It's biology when it's not. It's obviously a social construct. But that's too educational. That like gets into like complex thinking that people don't want to fucking contend with, especially if you're like 50 years old and all you knew was boy, girl, man, woman your whole fucking life. So that paired up with the fact that like trans people are a genuinely tiny margin that is not broadly representative of anything in society makes them an easy fucking target for the Republican Party. But one thing that people don't is, or one thing that people don't actually vibe with all that much is how much of a hyper focus there is on trans people in either direction. I've often urged the Democratic Party to also not run on like, we're pro-trans people only and that's it. We're going to keep we're going to keep refusing to give people health care. But, you know, we're pro-trans. But if you're trans and you're homeless, then you can eat shit and die. Like the terrible policy position. You've not only adopted an unpopular thing, but you're also simultaneously not like pushing a broader message that could be captivating to larger subsects of society. Just be normal, right? Just be normal. And what I mean by that is, like, pro-trans positions should come along with an agenda that is objectively popular in the way that Bernie Sanders has done it always. You know what I mean? This is not about like identity. This is about class. This is about helping as many Americans as possible. And also, hey, you want health care? Okay, well, you can't be fucking weird about trans people. That's it. They get to have health care too. Suck my dick. That's how you're supposed to sell this message. Now, on the other side, when Republicans are only talking about trans people, people are going to be like, dude, I can't buy eggs. Okay? What the fuck are you talking about? Children's penises? Like, why are you talking about this? You're gross. I don't want to think about this at all. Why are you constantly bringing this up? Shut the fuck up. I can't buy shit. Okay? I want to be able to buy shit. My rent is too fucking expensive, and all you're saying is how children are being fucking mutilated. You're weird and gross, dude. Shut the fuck up. That is the problem with the Republican Party. And if they fucking constantly think about that and their brain is rotted and they're like, this is all we're doing, this is what we're going to give you, okay, then yeah, they become objectively weird and toxic and gross. And they're basically doing that not just for trans issues in general, which, by the way, plays really well to the base. Okay, that does. That's why when Trump talks about the trans stuff in his rallies, people go, yeah, he's doing it. He's doing the thing. He's talking about and how much they suck. And it's like, okay, but that's just the rallies. You're not going to be able to captivate a broader subsect of the population by just simply hitting that line over and over again. Okay? I live in Ohio and I got to disagree. I literally can't go anywhere without someone bringing up trans kids. Yes, I'm not saying that the people aren't fucking brain broken on this issue, but that's Ohio, big dog, okay? It's already red as fuck. Do you not get it? One thing that the Democratic Party did without even recognizing that they were doing this, or one thing that like liberals did in general leading up to 2016 was just be kind of annoying all the time about social justice shit. They were in the right morally, but Americans don't like that moralizing posture. Americans don't like getting chirped at all the fucking time. I'm talking about people that just like, you know, people that are in your lives that you talk to on a daily basis who are like, I don't know what's going on with the world of politics. I don't fucking care. Who gives a shit? Like those guys that end up going out and voting in the general election don't want to constantly fucking hear about people chirping, okay? And the Republicans are way more hysterical, way more fucking hysterical than the way that like the 2015, 2014, 2016 era social justice warriors were. They've never stopped chirping. Republicans have always chirped in the exact same way, but at least there was at least enough momentum to say these are all the SJWs that are doing this kind of thing. They love cancel culture. They love cancel culture narrative. That set in. Okay, that set in successfully. So we shouldn't chirp about immigration or healthcare or all either. No, dude, what are you talking about? I don't think we need to seed the trans issue. It's like we shouldn't seed immigration or crime. No. You're completely misunderstanding what I'm saying. I never said give up on trans rights or anything. What the fuck do you mean? I just said putting something like healthcare in the forefront, putting something like the Kamala Harris campaign is doing right now, like that Joe Biden was doing, as a matter of fact, unsuccessfully because he's fucking old, but like talking about kitchen table issues, talking about shit that affects the pocketbook, okay? That is sound policy in general, and that's good politics, okay? Stepping outside of the culture war narrative is a smart thing to do. That doesn't mean giving up on trans people. I never said that. Have the Dems actually put trans people on the forefront? No, they haven't. And I think that's somewhat of a good thing in general. They haven't. Hillary Clinton kind of did it a little bit because she was like genuinely more neoliberal than Joe Biden was, and which is surprising, I know, and genuinely more neoliberal than Kamala was. So I think Hillary Clinton kind of did that a little bit. And it's like, it's just ultimately you're not offering people anything. You're just basically saying, you're not even offering trans people anything, by the way. You're just saying, you're just like putting them in the forefront of the conversation and being like, see, these are our people. This is what we care about. And it's just like a little bit of lip service to trans people when like trans people do not make up a significant proportion of the voter base. And all you've done now is just like, you didn't even fucking put forward any sort of sound policy or anything like that. And all you've done is basically say like, oh yeah, this is what we're about and nothing else. I've always been of the mindset, and I used to say this about Bernie Sanders all the time too. It's like, bro, you want fucking healthcare? You want Medicare for all? That's a good thing. Objectively popular policy, objectively good idea in general. Okay. Then yeah, everyone's going to get it. That's it. Medicare for all. It means trans people get it too. That's it. Joe Biden didn't mention the word trans one time in the lead up to the 2020 election. Exactly. Dude, this why like I saw a video. I don't know where it was, but here, this is like, let me see if I can find it. There's a TikTok I saw where FaZe Banks was like around, I think he was like around Sneeko or something. And some guy comes up to him, okay, and he's like, yo, FaZe Banks, how many genders are there? Okay. And he's like, I don't know, dog. I don't give a shit. I'm about my money. Okay. It's kind of like the Joe Biden moment where Joe Biden was like, at least 3. If you remember in 2019, that's what he said. And it's just that in and of itself is like, that's the best possible way to have this conversation. Who gives a fuck, man? What are you talking about? He's like, I'm about my money. That's it. That's it. And that's like, come on, that's FaZe Banks. Like, that is the most like Ohio boy you can get in that circumstance. I don't know if I can find it. And then someone is like, oh, well, Sneeko said there's only 2 or whatever. And he's like, yeah, that's just weird stuff that he's always talking about. He literally was like, yeah, that's just, he's on a different planet with that shit. I don't care. That's basically something like I think about quite a bit in terms of like how to deal with this kind of messaging where people are constantly like, dude, well, what about trans people? He's like, dude, what's wrong with you? You know what I mean? What are you doing? Are you okay? Why do you fucking constantly think about this shit? Anyway, I can't find the clip right now, but I think that's like that kind of dismissal and calling Republicans weird is a pretty sound way to deal with a lot of this shit because they are fucking weird. No, this is him responding to it. But here, I think this is the clip.
I don't know, man. Who gives a fuck?
I talked to Sneeko over there. He told me there was 2. Hey, how many genders are there, by the way?
Come on, bro. Sneeko's on that time. All I know is how much bread I got in my bank account, and it's a lot. You can put me in a fucking closet with the lights off and a blindfold on. I'm still ripping.
Wait, FaZe Banks in the closet?
That's funny.
Hold up.
You're funny.
This guy's.
There you go. That's that. But like all jokes aside, that is sound. Like to deal with this question is like very sound. It's just like, dude, what are you talking about? Talk about shit that actually matters. This doesn't mean that trans people don't matter. This doesn't mean that like all of the Republican legislation passed on that front is something that we should just cast aside or not fight back against. It's just that you're literally trying to bully people. Putting this in terms that people understand is good. You're just trying to bully some of the most like some of the least protected people on the planet. And it's objectively odd that you're doing that. It's objectively weird that this occupies so much time in your mind, so much space in your mind. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you mean what actually matters to the average person? Yes. And also, what matters to trans people too? It's not like trans people are fucking magical deities, magical beings that are somehow outside of the fucking sphere of the economy. When you talk about Medicare for all, or when you talk about fucking education, when you talk about child tax rates, when you talk about this sort of shit, when you talk about labor protections, that's trans people too. They're literally in the fucking workforce. They're not like, I know that Republicans kind of run the table on like trans people being magical people that are just like the best athletes you've ever seen and are just like running around stealing fucking awards from cis women or some shit. But like, that's not how that works. You know what I mean? They're just regular fucking people that happen to be fucking trans. That's it. You know what I mean?